What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it looks like they could possibly be planning a major fight that has been long awaited between undefeated three-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight, the WBA regular title at junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is right now 28 wins, no loss, and no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis, he has a scheduled fight. He just fought January 7th in Washington, D.C. He's from Baltimore area, the DMV area. He fought at the Capital One Arena at Washington, D.C. against WBA super featherweight world champion Dominican star boxer Hector Garcia, to which he got a ninth round stoppage victory. Already, he had a plan that he was fighting undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who is 23 wins, no loss, and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. Ryan Garcia is 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. April 15th in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's a highly anticipated showdown. But at his fight with Hector Garcia in the 8th round, there was a major scuffle in the crowd that saw a halt to the fight. And that's between a guy who's actually from Washington, D.C. and has been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the last longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing, and featherweight world WBC former featherweight world champion superstar boxer Mr. Gary Russell Jr. Okay, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., who is 31 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 18 wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'4" with a 64-inch arm reach. He's a southpaw as well. Very skilled, very talented boxer, right? And so with that said, Gary Russell Jr. has been seeking out a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis for quite some time. Now, in the crowd, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. was with his brothers, Gary Antonio Russell, Gary Anton Russell, okay, and the eldest brother was also there, right? And they were the ones that got into the scuffle with entertainer, hip hop mogul, a star boxer, hip hop mogul, superstar in Meek Mills, okay, who's from Philadelphia and came to support Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? And also, too, was NBA star, retired star Steven Jackson, who all got into this big altercation, okay? That saw the fight be stopped for momentarily, okay? But with that said, Gary Russell has been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis for quite some time, okay? And Gary Russell, this is a fight that he's been seeking out. And so Gary Russell, he gave his opinion, as he stated, while he was sitting in the crowd and he was watching the fight. And as he was watching the fight, he stated that he wasn't impressed with the performance Gervonta Tank Davis was putting out. And so that got Meek Mills, who's a friend of Gervonta Tank Davis, and Steven Jackson, that got them riled up. And Gary Russell, he was sitting with Showtime president of sports, Stephen Espinosa. Okay, they were sitting side by side. And so, like Gary Russell, he stated that he wasn't disrespecting Stephen Espinosa. He was just stating what he was asked the question about Gervonta Tank Davis's performance, and he gave his honest opinion that he wasn't impressed. He said that he felt like Gervonta Tank Davis, who's a southpaw with explosive power, he looked slow, he looked lethargic, and that's his peers, right? So Gary Russell said, I wouldn't go in the NBA and tell Steven Jackson how to shoot a free throw. I don't go in a hip hop concert and tell Meek Mills how to rap, right? He said, so how they gonna come in my profession and tell me how I should view a fight if I'm giving my professional, honest opinion based off of what I see? And he's 1,000% correct. And this is his peers who he wants to fight in his city, right? And so with that said, according to Gary Russell Jr., he and Stephen Espinosa were discussing how to make a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, as well as Gervonta Tank Davis's coach, mentor, father figure, big brother figure, and Coach Calvin, who stated that the fight with Gary Russell and Gervonta Tank Davis is definitely going to happen. Gervonta Tank Davis had stated when he went public about the situation, said that he was going to knock out Gary Russell Jr. He told Meek Mills, don't worry, I'm going to knock Gary Russell Jr. out, okay? And so, Gary Russell he put out a statement, right? He put this statement out, and this is what Gary Russell had to say. He said, quote, he said, first and foremost, I never disrespected Stephen Espinoza, who he was sitting side by side with. He said, we was having a conversation about the fight because me and my little brothers was sitting right next to him, right? Then he added Stephen Jackson, right? He said, you were a few seats away. Talking about Stephen Jackson, who responded to this. And he said, and get your facts straight before you start talking. I lost to Lomachenko over 9 years ago. And after becoming the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing, my last fight, I had my way with a dude and beat him with one arm because of brutal injury with my dominant arm. And he got a fluke loss. And I got a fluke loss. He got a fluke victory. Then he goes, please state facts. I don't be on these social media platforms because it's all smoke and mirrors, never facts. You talking about a sold out arena in the same breath as stating people getting free tickets. A lot of free tickets was given for that event. And as far as Meek Mill's situation, like I said, it was misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. Take God, understand, and never no wolf tickets. Boxing is what I do live. Boxing is what I do. Live, sleep, and eat. I said before the fight even started, I was pushing for Tank, but I'm gonna give my honest opinion when it's being asked and I wasn't feeling his performance. So I said, never no hate. This is what I do. No Mr. Gary Russell Jr. for boxing. I don't go to no rap concerts and tell a dude how to rap, meaning Meek Mills, and can't rap, or no, or go to an NBA game and tell a dude how to shoot. He says, quote, uh, um, it's universally known that if you're somebody else city or sport, you're a guest. So conduct yourself as such. So he's saying when you in somebody else's city or you visiting you watching somebody else's sport, conduct yourself. You're a guest. You don't know. You're not a professional. As I've been stating, right? It's not up for Meek Mills or Steven Jackson to have an issue with Gary Russell Jr. viewpoints on how he viewed Gervonta Tank Davis's performance, right? And so then he goes on to say, you know, he said, I stay quiet and in my bubble until I pop out for a boxing event and get asked about boxing. I'm going to always tell how it is for my boxing career, right? He goes on to say, he goes on to say, how me and Steven Espinoza, we were sitting and wondering how to make this fight happen. Coach Calvin Ford, Gervonta Tank Davis's coach, says that this fight is going to happen. I'm saying, why wait? Let's make it happen sooner rather than later, right? So he's saying that, he and Steven Espinoza had a conversation about making a fight. Coach Calvin Ford said that they have, plans to make the fight. So he's saying, why wait? Let's make it happen. And so it's a strong possibility that we could see Gary Russell Jr. versus Gervonta Tank Davis after Gervonta Tank Davis's fight against Ryan Garcia April 15th. Gervonta Tank Davis is successful against Ryan Garcia April 15th. He said he wanted to fight another time in the year. Well, you still have May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You still have 8 months to make a fight with Gary Russell Jr. Now, in that time frame, I would expect Gary Russell Jr. to get a fight in because the last time he fought was against Mark Maceo, and that's when he suffered that shoulder injury. So I don't want to see Gary Russell Jr. come off that shoulder injury and go straight into a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. I would love to see Gary Russell Jr. More active. Okay, at least get a tune-up fight in before going into a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, and then face off against Gervonta Tank Davis, in the fall, right? So last time we saw Gary Russell was January of 2022. I don't want to see. I thought he won that fight against Mark Maceo, even with one arm. But I would love to see Gary Russell Jr. get another fight in. Okay, let's say he fights in May. Okay, get a fight in May or June, and then in the fall you fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. Both southpaws. Take it back to the Washington Wizards, Capital One Arena. It was sold out. Gary Russell said that free tickets was given out. So go back to the Capital One and have Gervonta Tank Davis versus Gary Russell Jr. there. Huge fight, huge sell. You already had a major pay-per-view extravaganza against Ryan Garcia. You had a fight with Hector Garcia. Stay busy fight. You tested that market. You know you're successful there. Gary Russell's only going to enhance it. And y'all both stay busy and have a big fight before the year is up, and then move on to the next. Period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Both southpaws, both skilled, both from the DMV area. Take it to Washington Capital One Arena. It will be huge. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.